Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live from the Kill House Sunday recap, round 2.5 recap, whatever you want to call it. Sully here, DJ Pie here. Hello, DJ Pie.
Hello, we fixed the internet. Taste it, guys.
Hopefully we look beautiful on your screen now. I really appreciate the comments of being in 240p, whatever that was.
So said we were in negative D.
That was excellent. We'll take that. Good. Listen, we dish it out. We will take it. TC is here. Hello, TC.
Greetings. I took the youngster out to the course today. I was growing the game for you, Randy.
Big day out the course. Big Randy is calling in from Denver. Hello, Big Randy.
Hi guys. Great to be here. TC, that is awesome to hear. I hope Freddie's a lifelong golf fan after today.
Yeah, Webb Simpson gave him a golf ball, and he hasn't shut up about it for the last 6.5 hours. Like Dad, is Webb on this hole? No, we saw Webb earlier. Is Dada? Where's Webb? Where's Webb? Like I feel like I've been a good parent. Why is this happening to me?
I feel like this might be the point where you have to admit that Webb's a good guy.
Exactly. Oh, Webb, like honestly, Webb went out of his way to like come over. We were between
said thank 10, you, Mr. TC.
10 and 11. Webb like came over out of his way.
Thank you for keeping me honest.
And rolled it over. And I said, Freddie, don't listen to his architecture takes.
We as you can probably tell here, we're sticking with our formula from last night. We're not going to smoke them live on the show again. That was
smoke them if you got them. We don't got them.
That was an adventure. You can discover the greatness within Elijah Craig's small batch bourbon. Elijah Craig bourbon never settles for less than the best. Every bottle of their award-winning small batch carries a signature warm spice and subtle smoke flavor. It's exceptionally smooth and well balanced. I drink it either on the rocks or in an old fashioned, which you can attest to here if you are watching this live on video.
Solly, I must say, you make a damn good.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Really, really good.
Thank you. I get complex aromas of vanilla beans, sweet fruit, and fresh mint. The palate is pleasantly woody with accents of spice, smoke, and nutmeg. Elijah Craig won double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition last year and the Tried and True Award from the Ultimate Spirits Challenge in 2020. So pick up a bottle today or order online for home delivery. Discover the greatness within at ElijahCraig.com/NLU. No Laying Up is brought to you by Elijah Craig, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 47% alcohol by volume. Elijah Craig reminds you to think wisely and drink wisely. Guys, are we a long ways into this tournament? Is there a lot of golf left? I'm confused.
We're so
early in this, man.
A lot of people are calling for my head with my Honorbahn takes from last night's show.
He's not a good ball striker. I stand with you, Solly. I love Honorbahn. I'm rooting for him. He just absolutely flagged one and then said, "Oh my God, be so good."
It was good. Homage to Zach Blair. Bond 4th in strokes gained approach this week. What say you?
Normally not till July.
Exactly.
He's 200th on the season. This is truly, I mean, it's we are due for a really good feel-good story in golf. Listen, I'm rooting for Bond. I thought he was going to blow up.
Bond's sweet. I will period point blank.
I'll apologize. Yeah. Sure, that's fine. I will gladly apologize. I thought he'd be ejected. He still very well might be. There is a lot of golf to go. He's going to be sleeping on the 45-hole lead, 43-hole lead, whatever he's got. I think it could benefit if they don't repair tomorrow, and if he goes right back out, same grouping, not final group.
Put the blinders on.
That's a little bit different. I don't know if I haven't ran the models on this. I feel like they're going to have time to repair. I feel like they're in a great spot to finish this thing.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's just I'm looking at Bond's OWGR right now.
Oh my God,
Bond has not been inside the top 40 anywhere when he makes a cut, which is rare. He hasn't been inside the top 40 since the Barbasol. 2021. I don't have to tell you guys, what kind of pedigree it takes to finish T3 at the Barbasol. But
he had some great quotes earlier this week, and I'll see if I can find them here shortly about what it's like, the fast turnaround that could come from 1 week, basically, of like how much your life can change in 1 week. You're 1 week away from making it in the Masters. You're 1 week away from a 2 or 3 year exemption. And here, I got the quotes right here, actually, if you'll allow me as it loads.
Randy, go ahead. Sorry.
As that's loading, I do think we forget a little bit, and Sal, you can get into your whole manipulation bit, but I do feel like we forget a little bit about that. Bond was inside the top 100 or like inside the top 75 in the world for like a good 3 or 4 years there.
He was the OG Norin. Like, I'm not going to do this. Right? We're at the Players this week. Come on, don't bait me into this OWGR crap. Come on,
Randy. You know what Bond's really into? The silent retreats, which I know is on your radar. Yeah, I think I heard that. You guys can fact check me there.
We were in Chicago, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to some silent retreat up in New England." I think
Bond. God, I'm thirsting for a long form Bond interview because I think he might be an extremely enlightened guy.
You might be too enlightened.
Possible. That could be where some of the struggles have come from. Who
He-
knows?
he could be
Exactly.
The bonsai.
We
maybe.
killed the bond. We killed the bond puns already today. We had the perfect tweet that only DJ Pie and I were laughing about. We got a little slap
I
happy.
received hundreds of texts in support of that tweet.
Will you tell for people that didn't see the tweet?
PGA Tour tired. We're gonna ban the players. Lowercase. PGA Tour wired. We're gonna bond the players. And I think we're seeing that play out right now. If you don't get a DM me, I'll
In
explain.
real
I'll
time.
explain it on you. What were the quotes you were mentioning?
Where did we go with that? He said, yeah, you are, this season has been a struggle for you. Do you have a roadmap seeing beyond the players? Do you have a roadmap for the rest of the season? How you can maybe get yourself in a better position from now? He says, the beauty of what we do, Laura, is that you're 1 week away from being a PGA Tour winner. You're 1 week away from being at Augusta. You're 1 week away from having a 2-3 year exemption. You're 1 week away from having a different kind of conversation with me. And this was from earlier in the week. This is not a late in the week quote, which is very interesting considering he came off a 76-82 at Bay Hill last week and 3 missed cuts prior to that. Is this the weirdest golf tournament that we've ever
I
covered?
feel like I'm in the twilight zone.
Yeah,
dog.
it's extremely strange. Watching guys get out there and finish round 2 today on Sunday morning over my Sunday morning coffee was extremely weird. Do we want to get into Florida cold? Do we want to address that?
Sure.
I meant to text you. I got out there early this morning. Just a lot of guys holding in place. They just refused to play on until Solly finished his explanation of what Florida cold
I
was.
will-
Oh, they
I will
were aware.
say-
The
I
players
will
were
For
say,
the
aware.
rules officials.
Sally, I was riding for you yesterday. I got out there this morning. I
It
bundled
was
up.
so nice.
It was just regular cold.
It wasn't that bad today.
Regular cold.
It was if we were there at 35 degrees, that would have been a different story.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been 35 degrees.
It would have
Not-
been damn cold.
Not 52 degrees.
Right.
What was the low? How cold was it?
It was like mid 40s, I think.
I woke up and the temperature, I think it was 35, feels like 26 or something like that.
I don't think it got down to 35 at the beaches last night.
Well, you can take that up with my Google Home. No free ads.
You bugged your house.
I know. Well, I like having Big Brother keep an eye on me.
What'd you do for coffee? Get something at the course or scoop something on the way?
No, I went and saw my guys at Roundbird, which delivers always.
We can take that offline.
We need to get Oosthuizen and Fratelli and those guys.
We'll
to
love that.
Roundbird.
Yeah.
Let me say,
Fratelli would never spend money to pay for his own coffee.
I had 4 layers on and I was never hot today. So I was prepared for
Sure.
Florida cold.
Freddie would disagree. He took his sweatshirt
Freddie didn't
off
stop
at, like,
running for
Yeah,
3
Freddie seems
hours.
like he runs hot.
He was doing flips down the hill.
Don't give me that. All right. Rare Medics is commenting. Floridians bitching about the cold. Midwest and Canadian roll eyes. We're from the Midwest. Okay. I've experienced Chicago winters, 6 winters.
I'm not with this
Guys,
guy.
I lived in Toronto for 2
Yes.
years growing up.
We know what real cold is.
I
I'm
lived in
saying
Boston. I lived in
don't roll your
Ohio.
eyes when you see 40-degree cold in Florida.
I was
'cause it's
born in
different.
Chicago.
It's different.
Right.
It's those 2 words. I don't know if you've sold us on how it's different yet.
Randy, what was the story of the
It's
day
different
today?
out here.
What was the story of the day?
Oh my God. How do you pick just one?
Because there isn't one.
The story of the day, just, we played a lot of golf. I think the early story of the day was the daylight savings time.
That sneak up on you,
Did you
Big?
know that was coming?
It did sneak up on me. Yeah. And we're going to test the light arrangement here. We're going to lose light rather quickly here, I think, in my apartment, but no, it was just nice. They got a full day in. I was glad that they started not touching the ball in round 3, playing
Can
it
you
down.
believe that?
Molesting the ball.
I was shocked by that. Think about God.
There were a couple egregious instances today too.
I heard some very, very
Patrick
disturbing
Cantlay,
things.
things of that nature. Getting relief and then moving into the fairway and then getting relief again. Really bad. Really bad.
No, I'm saying I was absolutely shocked. I think that the PGA Tour might have got a little taste over the last couple weeks of what it feels like with golf Twitter on your side, and I think they're addicted to it. That's like, no, what is it? It's rained 35 inches. Fuck it, man. We're playing it down.
The course looks so good.
I
out
know.
there for how much
Isn't
for
it
how shitty it was all
Truly
week.
shocking that it looks so good.
Maybe it's because they preconditioned the course with so much water all the
It's
time
possible.
that the course is used to
already
being
saturated.
soaked. Like Sally, you said today, the course is less wet now than a regular year when it hasn't rained in 3 or 4 weeks.
2020 opening round was wetter than it was today.
They might lose it. Out
It
there
might lose the
tomorrow.
course. It's too firm out there. It is it's miraculous. I mean, obviously we know about the weather delays we had, but it it's a little squishy out there. It's wet at times, but like I've been out there the last 2 days and have not gotten dirty or messy.
Not
It's
at
not
all.
like there's mud in certain spots, but I've been to golf tournaments where after a couple days of rain and it can be straight up miserable.
Shout out to the, what was that, 2017 President's Cup?
2013.
13.
At
Oh my
Muirfield?
God, I'm so old.
It was such
Yeah,
a
at
joke.
Muirfield.
Oh God,
Which I think we were
one of the
maybe
worst
all
weeks
No,
there in different
TC,
capacities.
you were in the corporate tents that week. All right, Randy, you remember that?
For the President's Cup.
President's Cup.
at Muirfield Village.
I'll never forget your text. You texted the group after that and be like, TC, I heard some disturbing reports that you were in hospitality the whole time. Me and you used to clown on those guys, man.
well before we started the whole C-suite bit. You know, guys, I wore white shoes today,
Wow.
and they look great.
Mahalo.
Yeah, really, TC White Shoes Johnson.
I think it's amazing how we're bunched. I think it's still anybody's game. Would be my
Well, that's
big.
'cause we're so early in there.
Exactly. I think that's my big story.
It almost might be too early to play how far back is too far back.
Exactly. The big story might be there's not a big story yet.
Do we need to have another live show tomorrow at like, I don't know,
Mid-round?
12:30?
Maybe on
when we
IG or
repair?
something.
Yeah.
Who is so if you were to guess, what's on like Data Golf Honor Bond's win percentage probability as of right now?
He's one shot up right
One
now?
shot up at 20. He's got 25 holes left. Leaders. The last guy group has 27.
And then you got Hoagie and Varner one back, Munoz, Casey, and Burns two back.
Not a lot of hunters.
Some assassins.
A lot of gatherers.
A lot of herbivores on the board.
a lot of vultures
There's some pescatarians
picking at the
involved.
pot once it's already been killed.
I would say Bond's winning percentage is like 16%.
10%.
Okay.
Tom Hoagie's the favorite right now at 16%.
You got to be loving that.
Oh, I feel I'm nervous about the top 40 play right now. We're not out of the woods yet. There's like we mentioned, there's a lot of golf left to be played there, but yeah, just a super weird afternoon after they repaired and went back out for the afternoon. It was a weird flow. It was a lot of birdies on the front nine, but just not the guys you would have thought. JT was like playing the best round I've ever seen played, and I think he shot like one over on the front. It was so bizarre.
What do you mean by that? Was he just flushing it?
He hit
Everything.
every shot perfect through like the first 4 holes, but was only 2 under,
Just couldn't make any putts.
and then doubled 7, and then bogeyed 8, and was like, well, shit, you just gave everything back, and it was just like it wasn't making sense. The whole week is not making sense. I just cannot believe this leaderboard. It's amazing.
I greatly enjoyed watching golf today. Got out there, like I said, this morning and followed. Awesome group, man. Cam Smith, Joaquin Neiman, and Patrick Rogers, which were all very interesting from their own perspectives. Waco was kind of right tiptoeing around the top of the leaderboard. Cam just making some of the greasiest 3s and 4s you've ever seen, just hitting it in horrible spots. I was telling Solly, I think
sneaky birdies in the back.
I think he might be the guy. I kept thinking about this week. I forget who I was talking to about it. Maybe Cody, probably. Like, if you're gonna have an up and down contest for like $10 million, who's winning that contest? I after watching today, I think it's probably Cam. He is so just obscene and grotesque around the greens. And then watching Patrick Rogers with a massive 2-way miss going on, trying to make the cut.
Even 3-way, man.
It was possibly 3-way miss. Some of them were dead straight.
He was missing too high, like some of the shots
Exactly.
on 17 yesterday.
Just really fun. One thing I wanted to point out, I mentioned this to Solly. I woefully underestimated how many like Chilean and Spanish speaking
The Chilean
fans
miners were out there.
were out there following Joaquin. It was fucking awesome. Like guys with flags tied around their necks, little kids screaming in Spanish, like hundreds of people. It was blown away. It was like 5 times the amount of like Joaquin Neiman fans I was expecting, and they were so hyped. Every birdie he made, like when he chipped in on 9, I was like, "Yo, Solly, watch this! Like you're gonna hear
Listen.
all the kids screaming. You heard this? It was so sick. So if you're out there and you're looking for someone to follow, go follow Joaquin because he rolls very deep, and it was thrilling to be around.
Neil's down in Patagonia. I bet they're, I know he's in Argentina, but I know they're probably going nuts for Waco.
Have to.
There in El Chalten.
It was great. Shot of life today.
I followed Rom, Hovland, and Cantlay for 9 holes.
How's Rom's perspective going?
Rom is a psychopath. Like he is Is this like the fifth time? Like
Fool me once.
I've been fooled a lot of times of like listening to his self-talk and conversations throughout the round. And I don't feel bad reporting on some of this because he's not doing it very secretively. He had a chip on 15 today, and like there was a good amount of people behind. And he just not like an angry one, like not like a. It was just like a fuck, really loud for everyone to hear. So then he hits it to like 8 feet. It's a very bad putt. It was the wrong speed. It goes 4.5 feet by, and it was not like a fast putt. And then lips the next one in, and the whole crowd's like, ooh. And he turns and kind of does like the calm down thing. And then he comes back to his bag and he goes, fucking spike mark. You've been able to clean spike. Are you going to be able to clean up a spike mark for 3 years now? And he's still blaming.
Possible he just didn't see that press release or something?
I don't
Nobody
know.
told him about this rule change?
It was a long putt though, right? I mean, how long was the putt?
4.5 feet.
Oh, it was a putt. It was
Yeah,
after.
come back.
Okay, I was thinking
Or maybe he was mad at the first one, which was an 8-footer, but yeah, blaming it on the spike mark that he didn't hit the right speed. It was not even close. And then walking to 16, this is the total highlight of the day. So everyone, it is like kind of stressful walking with some of the guys, just hearing the dumb things that are yelled at you. And he's walking to 16T and somebody's like, hey, John, we're going to go nuts when you hit this, man. And he waited a couple seconds and he's like out on the tee, like not near them. And I'm just kind of walking up to the tee, just goes under his breath, but not that quiet. Like, go fuck yourself.
Which is sick.
It is
Mad respect.
Oh, it's so entertaining, man. It's just it's wild. It's totally wild to follow and watch because he's not doing. There's a lot of people that saw a lot of this happen.
I had
off his back.
I had a different experience today. Peter Malnati hit a tree on 10, ricocheted the ball 30, 35, maybe 50 yards right. Almost to 11.
11 fairway.
Like he was looking at going out, like 100%, like back towards 11 green at one point, which would have been, completely away from, and then it would have been to the alternate fairway. And then he ended up going back out to 10 fairway. He clips a branch. He had a really good shot. And, but just seeing that whole thing in motion, and he goes, oh, and like it clips this branch, and he's like, oh my God, I hit a really good shot. That was so good. Yeah. And like, it's genuine.
Of course.
It's real.
Of course.
I mean, he's still like a genuine thirst bucket, but also like it's genuine, man. It's real. And then I saw Lady J out there.
We had a big day.
Great photo.
Queen.
Great
She
photo.
was stunting on people.
Oh,
How about Malnati absolutely stunting on TC? Just flexing down the stretch to make the cut on the number.
yeah. Well, I mean, thanks to
He did
Piercy.
that. Brem stunted on you this week.
I think
You might
I think
need to-
I think Brem shot like 81 yesterday.
Yeah, but he hit the green on 17.
What else did I see today? Yeah, I saw a lot of P. I couldn't get away from Jimmy Walker. This is a really interesting round to watch a guy like Jimmy Walker who makes the cut. He's kind of playing with house money. Hasn't been making a lot of cuts lately. Still getting in off of his alleged major victory at Baltusrol. And then but watching him in the third round, you're kind of watching him. You're like, man, like you have nothing to lose here. Like you're just totally firing at flags. You're trying to play it's basically either like the baseline is making $5,000 or you can make a couple $100,000.
So I was telling you, it's some of those
true
guys
house money.
in the whatever it is, 40th to 60th, 30th to 60th, whatever. It's like being in one of those cash booths,
Yeah.
right? Where you're just like trying to just grab as much as you possibly can. It's great.
I honestly kind of forgot for a little while how absurd the purse is this week when you're marrying it up with this leaderboard. I think like 3 or 4 U.S. Ryder Cuppers made the weekend,
Or
not the weekend, but made the cut.
we shouldn't sleep on. I mean, listen, it's not like the guys up here. I mean, Honorbahn hasn't probably had I'm trying to think who's had like the least financial success on this leaderboard here. But point being, don't sleep on the purse being like
Enormous.
an enormous plot
Big
point
ass
tomorrow.
motivator.
That could be a character in the drama tomorrow with Honorbahn, Tom Hoagie, Harold Varner,
That's almost
Sebastian Munoz, Paul Casey. I think has all the money probably, but
that's almost the thing. Is like if it's a bunch of guys who haven't won a whole lot, that to me is more interesting than one, interlocutor. It's kind of going in there and
yeah, you'd rather either have like all the horses or none of the horses.
it's
right?
it's like a freaking horse race.
It's Reservoir
With-
Dogs
with a
Who's
bunch of
gonna-
little
who's gonna kill
ponies.
each other at the end.
Speaking of the
Spoiler
purse,
alert.
why don't we add to our purse here right now, DJ? I want you to answer one question for me. Are you getting the most out of your practice?
Theoretically, yes.
TC, are you getting the most out of your practice?
Yeah, because I just don't practice very
Okay.
much.
How are you getting?
The limit doesn't exist.
How are you getting? The answer for me is no, because I don't do this enough. But I want you to tell us about how Golf Blueprint has changed your life recently.
I'm back into it. We're back, baby. Got some fresh cards from the professor and Nico. We've got a very Prof K and Nico. We've got a very baseline. I was on the call with them recently, and they're like, "Oh, so what are you trying to work on?" I'm like, "Well, it's just like I really need to get the driver going, man. Like I need to put it in play, and then I'm in pretty good shape. But also like my chipping's been really bad, and also like I haven't been putting that good." And then I think the last thing is like I need to hit my irons better. Like, okay, cool. So you just need to like we'll do everything better. I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, cool. We'll put together a plan for you. So they sent me a nice, couple session plan, bunch of different cards to work on when I go out to the Jack's Beach range. Normally, I'm just going out there trying to hit the boat out on the Jack's Beach range. Naturally. This is a little bit more of a calculated thought about practice. So I appreciate that from them.
Trying to hit the boat would have been really good practice for this week.
Speaking of the boat, they need to put a couple jet skis out there at like 100 and 140.
Sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because the boat's about 185.
A little less, but yeah.
Thank you for that, TC. We're at golfblueprint.com. You can get a lot of great information. You can use NLU. You can use NLU 20 for $20 off a practice plan. They give you these great sets of practice plans. I actually was going, your wife has been grinding on her Golf Blueprint cards lately. Prints them out.
She made me go to the Office Max in town. And she's like,
really?
I need to, yeah. She's like, I need to print this out into a little like 3x5 card. I'm going to get it bound, and I need to keep this in my bag. I'm not going to keep looking at my fucking phone.
Personal trainer.
Oh, that's a great idea.
A personal trainer for your golf game is what it's like. So go to golfblueprint.com. They do all the work for you. All you got to do is give them a little information, and they put together a great practice plan for you. NLU 20 for $20 off.
Was Staples in South Jack's Beach not good enough for you?
I think maybe we were already in the vicinity.
Okay.
But yeah. Randy, how's your practice going, man?
Oh, great. You didn't go see my guy AJ at UPS?
I don't think they have.
I don't think they do
I
don't think they do the collating, printing, binding, things of that nature.
Do not underestimate the operation he's running.
By the way, guys, tomorrow a Federal Express
Cody,
holiday?
can you get us back on track, please, here, bud?
That was getting us back on track. A Federal Express holiday, a FedEx holiday.
Okay.
Cody, where should we go next? You got your microphone on?
Anywhere you guys want to go. Lots of talk about Big's wardrobe. What's up?
None of the viewers knew you were there.
I'm here.
Did you see the Goldman thing with Tiger?
Oh, we got to go there. That's where we're going.
I just saw the reaction on social.
The socials.
Wild scene. Absolutely wild scene.
Tell us what happened.
So between waves, so they had a little, like we said last night, they were going to have to wait till all of round 2 finished before they could repair and then send guys out. So they had a little bit of time to kill. So very like apropos, perfect timing. They had a lengthy, great sit down with Mike Tirico and Tiger, talking all about Hall of Fame stuff and looking back and a bunch of great stuff. But then after that, at the end, they were like, "Oh, of course we have our, I know it's Sunday, but we have our traditional Saturday better than most pin." And what a moment that was back in 2001 for Tiger Woods, Gary Koch, blah blah blah. And we actually have Tiger's reaction, and he's sitting there with his iPad. It looks like the last dance style. He's like watching on screen, and like I think they had teased up a little bit like what was going to happen, but if you flipped it on at the perfect moment, like you would have been so fucking confused because Tiger's watching this putt, and like there he is in his, I can picture it, right? His white oversized polo, his black pants. He's stalking around the back of the green. He hits his putt, and then Tiger says, like, "Can I pause it?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he hits pause and he goes, "Okay, so here's what was going on this putt. I was thinking about, I had just seen the guy before me putt, and somebody, blah, 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 blah. Somebody said it was here. And actually it was much further, down here. And this was the real line." And he's going into like intricate, amazing details about one of the most famous shots in the history of golf. He's just going on. And then the Goldman shows up on screen and is like recreating all of his movements, like very uncanny valley, Terminator 2, just absolutely just so disconcerting. And Tiger just clams up, doesn't say another word.
So they ruined a great segment with the Goldman.
And then he ruined or enhanced, I think, is an interesting debate. But
augmented.
And then he's just kind of smiling and is like, "Yeah, that was pretty cool." and then that was the end. So I guess I throw it up to your reaction, from there. But just a really, really, really weird scene. And I'd love to give him credit for, you know, like
Going
what's
with
it?
the punch.
Yeah, for almost doing like a snakes on a plane. Like, oh, it's gonna be so. We know it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be good, and we're kind of playing 3D chess. I just don't. I don't. Of course, there you see Mr. Porter on the screen. I don't get the whole idea also of like. There's a lot I don't get.
Having
but
to enhance it, just a straight up interview about one of Tiger's best moments.
Listen, there's that. Yes, you would think like Hall of Fame, the greatest player of all time going into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Maybe we keep it about the greatest player of all time and we relive his moment rather than introduce whatever the fuck this is. Would be one thing, like thought I would have. Two would be I know everybody's seen the replay a million times and they're probably sick of seeing it, but like also they're not ever sick of seeing it because it's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Three, I don't know why you would want to like project all the movements on a real life crowd, but that crowd is all just like
there's a dude like on his literally on his phone in the picture,
scrolling in the back. Like everybody, it's supposed to be this exciting moment. Everyone was like having a beer and like waiting for the next group to come.
Why not just show the real thing?
Yeah, it's just what an answer to nobody's.
Kind of reminds me of like the virtual, like it was like Tiger. If Tiger would have made that like moment happen in the metaverse.
Yes.
Well, it's
what that would have felt.
It's like a Nickelodeon moment. Like it's not. Is it supposed to be like impressive graphics? Like, is it supposed to be like, look at this incredible technology that's enhancing your viewing, or is it just the dumb? What doesn't help is NBC has a horrible habit of just narrating exactly what's on the screen. Like if they just did it on the way to commercial, it'd be like, that was really dumb, but I don't care.
Dude, there is so much like legitimate. I'm not doing a bit. I think there's legit promise. If you had like a sense of humor as you're like showing replays, like you said, going to commercial, there's I saw him. There's the gold man in the corner. He's drinking a beer. There's the gold man. He's paragliding over the ocean. Like
it's
be
bullshit that they killed off Goldman yesterday.
And that's the other thing.
Friday night, and then
the original Goldman also had the butt in the front, and this guy doesn't look like that anymore. So we don't even know if it's the same Goldman.
And then they bring him back, and they're just using him now, and that feels cheap to me. It feels unfair to Goldman.
I think what they need to turn him into like a Microsoft Office paperclip-esque character who
Goldman.
just pops up, or like a Cletus the robot.
He came in at one point and gave a really bad swing. He decelerated horribly on the way down,
and he's here dumping it through the zone. It's just absolutely horrible. Randy, I gotta think. I don't want to project your thoughts, but I know you're a big tech guy. This has to be something. I don't even mean to rail on this in front of you because I know this is something you probably think is very cool. And
what would Goldman shoot from the
I think Goldman's been extremely additive. So
I agree with that. I just don't
for
think
content.
I don't think it was intentional.
Right. I you know what I think? I think we're gonna get a like oral history of how Goldman came to be at some point.
Lord willing.
Can
somebody within Tour HQ's gotta have that story
inside the moat.
I don't even know what industry to call this. It's not like virtual reality, mixed reality is what they call it. Can somebody that works in this space give us an estimate as to what this costs?
This would be if you listen to the Trap Jar with Matt Stoller, I think this would qualify as a fake job in a big way. It's a deeply fake job. Whatever's.
Guys, can I tell you a story about Tiger? Tiger checked into the hotel earlier this week for his Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and I guess he went up to the front desk, and they're like, last name, please, and he's like, Woods, and they're like, first name, and that's like, Tiger. Like, okay, Mr. Woods. And then
really
proceeded with the entire checkout, like had no fucking idea who he was.
Just need a phone number from you.
I mean, I get if I'm him, I'm probably I'm thrilled by that, right?
Sure.
It's almost like a really entertaining interaction.
Nature is healing.
Yeah.
I will say they can totally redeem everything if they show us Patton Kizzaire's shank tomorrow with the Goldman.
That's what I'm talking about. The Goldman needs to be like
interactive.
It needs to be like part Microsoft Office paperclip, part those like Korean Thai, like Singapore news. Those cartoons, like
those are the best.
No offense to the cat, but like remember when he got in his accident?
There's like a fire.
There's all those people like all the cartoon characters
beating on the hood of the car.
Goldman needs to have a little bit of that. Would be really good stuff. Or they need to turn Patton Kizzire into Goldman. That should be his punishment for the shank.
That was the highlight on 17 today, not the ace, correct?
For sure. 100%.
I mean, that was they showed the original shot was from the side, and so all you could see, like the worst camera view you could ever possibly have on that hole, and they love using it. So he hits the ball, and all you hear is the crowd going, "Whoa!" Which I was like, oh, 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 and it shows it splashing near the island. I was like, sick, 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 and they properly replayed it multiple times and very zoomed in on Patton Kazir's face. They nailed that, but gosh, that was a highlight moment of the day. A little upset we missed that in person.
Did you hear the oohs and ahs from that on site?
I heard the roar from Lowry.
Randy, you got any takes about that?
Let me say that was a pretty serious, earnest take. You like I don't know
people who
Cody, could you pull it up as well, please?
Randy's Twitter.
I don't know what is expected of your playing partner. And let me ask another thing: are hole-in-ones that cool? Like I know they're like neat.
Randy, as somebody who made an albatross last week, hole-in-ones are not that cool. All right,
it's like a no-hitter in baseball. Like, yeah, it's just kind of a fluky thing, right? But you don't see both teams like rushing out of the dugouts to celebrate a no-hitter. I just, Lowry starts wanting to give huge high fives to everybody, and I just think a competitor, right? And somebody in my group makes a hole-in-one, I might give him a quick thumbs up or just be like, nice shot, man. But
you're not coming out of your process.
No, I'm not getting out of my process. I we can relive it tonight, right after the round's over, after work's done. Okay, but
Randy,
I'm
head on
at
over
the
to
office.
Nona Blue. Head on over to Nona Blue. Get yourself a Guinness. Well, let's relive it over there.
Exactly.
Right now this is my workplace right now.
Yeah, just have a little. I want these guys to have a little compete in them. A little dog is what I said on Twitter. Just strikes me as guys
with his head for the rest of the day.
If
Poulter just like, oh, cool, yeah, cool, man, cool, and then just completely.
I don't like and don't understand competitors celebrating someone else's hole-in-one, especially here at golf's richest event. Which we could go a lot of ways with the richest event thing. That's food off your table. Have a little dog, a little compete. Guys might be too comfy.
I didn't even mention that it was on a funnel pin too. Yeah. It's not even like a real hole in one.
That's the thing. Like it's just this like weird thing that happens by chance. It's I don't know. I'm just be a little subdued.
Randy,
great Paul Brown used to say, act like you've been there before.
They're on the opposite side of the golf course. It's been a wild, weird week. It's one of the coolest holes in golf. Come on, you old curmudgeon.
No, it's not. I mean, the fans. I'm not begrudging the fans for getting pumped. That's cool. I'm just saying.
I don't think they got outrageous with it.
That would be a sick take if you came on here and you said the fans had over celebrated.
Well, the Scottish fans wouldn't have reacted like that. That's for damn sure.
Question from W. Johnson.
Not with a pin like that. It's a 125-yard shot.
No, they're more knowledgeable than that.
For God's sakes.
Would Randy have celebrated if Neil hit a hole-in-one in their final tourist sauce match?
That's interesting.
Yes, but no, not really. I was wishing ill will on Neil that whole time. No way. I was thinking Strapped. I would be thrilled with Strapped because we're on the same team.
Randy, it wouldn't have mattered anyway though, because you were way over on the right, losing balls and all sorts of stuff. Also though, like, are they really taking money off of each other's tables when they're, as Sally said, they're on the opposite side of the golf course? It's not like well,
they're all in the money booth together.
They are, but not,
I mean, you're paired with guys you're right around, conceivably.
I mean, Lowry's on the second page of the leaderboard. I think he's 4 under right now.
That's even more reason. If I'm Poulter,
so
I'm not happy about that.
He's already having a good round. He was already taking money off their tables. Like he's already ahead of them.
He's projected for 402K so far for this week.
But that's great. Don't look to me to like celebrate your big A's. I'm
looking
good.
For a high five, Randy.
No, did you see Poulter pull back? He was going to injure his hand. Poulter pulled his hand away. That was a business decision.
All right. We need to not indulge him anymore.
No, look at the replay.
Poulter seems like a Morgan and Morgan kind of guy.
Hundo P. Poulter pulls his right hand away.
Farah. Poulter's going to sue for workplace endangerment.
Oh God, I want to commend you for this take. This is one of the bravest things I've ever seen.
Worst takes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, we must be gentlemen. Yeah. What other sport? I don't know. Do darters congratulate each other like on bullseyes? I don't think like Pete Weber doesn't go up and like hug his competitor after he picks up a 7-10.
I remember when Michael Van Gerwen he had his perfect 9 darter. Everyone was going nuts, man.
His opponent though?
Yeah,
That's-
everybody.
That's a Kings game, though. Like darts, this is different.
Kyle Lundgren says, does Tron not know this is a bit? This is not a bit. I know when Randy's doing a bit. This is not a bit.
No, this is 100% not a bit. He truly believes this. I can
It's
see
like
in his face.
It's like an 8-layer bit. Like, he started as a bit, and then he became kind of serious, and then now he's back to a bit, and then it's gotta just keeps going around in that cycle.
No, I will listen. I don't need to begrudge it. I stand by it though.
Is this how you guys feel when, like, is this how it feels to be on the other side of the bit?
Yes, exactly.
I just wanted to point out that I don't think I'm going back. This is the first public, like, non-reply tweet that Randy has made this week, and it was after the hole-in-one, and it was to the
He's gotta
opponent's.
meet his quota.
The playing partner's reaction to the hole-in-one is the first thing that happened this week. That Randy's like, you know what? I got to say something.
I can't sleep on this.
Not on my watch.
It didn't sit right with me. And I will challenge everybody, go back, watch the replay, and you can see Poulter's finger is taped up. Like he was almost injured. High-fiving Lowry. He pulls his hand away.
Is he hurt or injured, Randy?
It just, we got to get this stuff under control. These guys are supposedly the best players in the world. Act like you've been there before. It's not even that hard of, like, really it's a wedge, right? To a funnel pin. Like, whoop-dee. There's so many more impressive shots to speak that they're not looking for hugs and high fives from their playing partners.
Your internet is compressing your take here. All right,
Comcast is ratcheting you down.
We're putting a limit on this take. No more.
I'm being throttled. I'm the only one willing to say this stuff out loud.
Randy's being shadow banned.
He's gonna take his resume's take to the Truth Network.
He's being shadow banned.
There were some people that agree with me, and I want those people to know I appreciate that.
God,
Oh,
you're a moron.
oh, God. There was like no balls in the
Can
water.
we talk about Brandel last night? Just saying, like, this is one of the least fair holes in golf. This is ridiculous. At one point, he used 15 at TPC Scottsdale as an example of exceptional golf course architecture, where there's a bailout long and a bailout short, and then he's talking about 12 at Augusta, and like the whole thing was just like Paul McGinley, like he should have been offered hazard pay for having to debate Brandel last night.
Paul McGinley was awesome.
And I think Brandel was all hopped up on like cold medication because he had a cold or a sinus infection or something. But oh my God, like it was I'm giving him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here, but even then, like it was one of the worst performances I've seen on a live from in 10 years or so.
I'll say this. 17 green can and probably should be tweaked / redesigned.
It's not a great green.
It's not a good green.
Like,
That's not what he was saying.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. He's saying it's a bad hole architecturally, and it's not just because of the green shape. I will agree that like it can be tweaked a little bit. I thought he was like the take he had today of like, the proximity to the hole was 45 feet, which if you draw that big circle around there, it's not enough square footage to hold. But all right, that's the pin was in the back. Like we should be looking at proximity to the center of the green.
Then don't hit it 40 feet right of it.
And I stood on that hole for so long yesterday, and it was very clear that like there was a proper shot to be played here. It was not unfair. It was difficult as hell. Was it unfair for some people to get gusted? Like, yeah, it is.
Brooks got screwed. Like, like a few guys clearly got gusted on, but also like so many guys tried to hit this poofy high cut.
Yeah,
it was never even going to come close to hitting dry land.
It's a big green, and it's usually a wedge. I know yesterday it's not. It's a freaking amazing thing to watch guys do with millions of dollars on the line. What's going to happen tomorrow evening?
What was tough, and Brandel was like talking a lot about this, like it was like some 50-50 ball. Like it was completely chance on what had to be among the hardest days in record on that hole. There were 27 balls in the water on the tee shots out of 140 guys.
That's round 2. So there would have been more round 1 balls included in that, right? So
there's 13 in round 1.
So 12 of those
and
were
27 in round 2, and
so 39
so far
balls.
2 in round 3.
39 balls yesterday in the water, which is freaking awesome.
Which is great.
Yes.
Yeah. But out of 100 and probably 75 to 200 rounds, guys that played it between the 2 rounds yesterday, between end of round 1 and round 2, like that. To me, like that's not a 50-50 ball, Brandel.
Correct.
Well, so far, I can tell you exactly 13% of balls, tee shots in the water for the week.
And I want to commemorate you, TC, on finding names and publishing names on the guys who hit it high yesterday.
Oh
No, that was
that was you.
that
You
was-
you
yeah.
alerted us to that. You were the
No,
whistleblower.
but well, TC went and did the capital J journalism work and actually found the names from his sources.
I sent that to the group,
yeah,
Randy.
Solly sent that over.
Well, like
And
I
I
said,
said,
Solly, thank you very much for those contributions.
And DJ and I just said, hey, like the death panel's going to look
Yeah.
kindly upon
We
whoever
forwarded
sent this
that
over. And
straight to the death
I
panel.
put a call out. I wanted the players themselves to come forward. That's what I put a call out on Twitter last night and said, you guys need to come forward and say, were you a part of this group that hit it over 100 feet high in the air on 17? And no one
we're
did.
gonna have a commission.
And if you
Try
want to
not
rat
to-
on your friends, we'll go easy. on
Yes.
I
Jay-
believe.
Did
Did I have this?
Okay. He
Well,
did.
Do I have it correct that
He hit it the highest, right?
He did. He said, I forget what it was. It's a GIF. I don't know if Cody could find it, but it was like, did I do this? Yes. Would I do it again? Probably. Yes.
I mean, so Michael Thompson, known sell. Michael Thompson did it twice. Michael Thompson. So it's JT Poston
fool me once.
122.
Fool me once, he ain't gonna fool me
Michael
again.
Thompson round 2, 116 feet. Hudson Swafford round 2, 114 feet. Michael Thompson round 1, 113 feet. JT Poston round 2, 111 feet. I hate seeing Streber on this list.
Yeah.
I hate seeing Mackenzie Hughes on this list.
I think Streb still hit the green though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Which
So-
is like
so-
pure artistry.
Yeah. But the guy that is on this list that I can't get down with it, the rib.
Yeah.
What?
The rib's terrible.
I don't want to talk about the.
You think the rib shook off his catcher like 6 times?
Yeah.
Coming back
Bullpen
with fastball.
session. You don't-
High and upstairs, baby.
I'm also glad to see. So Ches is on this list. Ches round 2 is on this list. I'm glad Neil's in South America right now. He didn't have to see that.
I'm surprised Ches can get it 100 feet in the air.
Ches 102 feet and 2 inches.
Should we talk at all about this leaderboard? Because we really haven't. We haven't talked about Hoagies and Grinders, Harold Varner, Sebastian Munoz, Paul Casey, Sam Burns. Sam Burns, a chance to kind of, save us from this leaderboard.
I think
tomorrow.
me and TC stopped the fight last night. We said Cam Smith is going to win. I still feel
going to.
extremely strongly about that. Watching him today for 9-10 holes, as I said, maybe the best golfer in the world, capital G golfer. It's over. I think he's gonna absolutely run people down tomorrow.
He's got 15 feet for bird on 11 right now. He's coming out with that.
Can we play how far back is too far back?
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
would love to.
This might be the ultimate
This is.
playing of how far back is too far back.
I will say -3 is too far back.
Okay, so we got Libiota, Bradley, Pultz, Seamus Power. He's from Ireland. Solid.
The Irish are not going to hate. They're not going to like that take.
Zalatoris +1 for his got off to parred 6 holes in a row and then bogeyed 7 and 8. So he's back. And then Honest Abe. So those guys, you're saying none of those guys can win.
I think -3 is too far back.
All right, so then going to -4. So -4, you think is still in the thick of this?
Well, JT's in the lead at -4. I still think.
Okay, so we got Mitch, Corey Connors, Taylor Pendrith, Joaquin Neiman.
We got a Canadian convoy forming. I'm just saying.
We got all right, JT, and then we got
Cody's
Lou.
off screen, but I know he likes that one.
Guys, I'm having issues over here too. We're just being attacked by some bots right now in the comment section. So I apologize if we're missing some, but there's some dirty-minded people out there trying to take the
Saudis?
show down.
Is it the Saudis?
I don't know. I think it's right up there with my Gmail account that was hacked by Russia.
Is it the
Can you
bees
make
or the flies?
Can you make it subscribers only on the comments?
Oh man.
All right, we got solid black mark on your name. Kramer Hickok -2 today.
Mm.
He's at the group of -4 right
That's
now.
on you.
He was
Can
talking
you
all
please
sorts
explain
of
that
shit.
one?
You were just talking all sorts of shit about Kramer yesterday.
I think
yeah.
that might have been me. I think he was not going to.
I don't know one thing about Kramer
All right,
Hickok.
massive convoy at 4 though. Oosthuizen, Henley, Brendan Steele, which get the hell out of here. Tyrrell Hatton, Kramer Hickok, Russell Knox, P, and Sergio.
Fun fact about P today, and I almost, saw I didn't want to ruin your morning with a bunch of Florida cold jokes. So I kept all this to myself. It was so not Florida cold. P was taking off his outer layers.
Pete
for each
always
shot.
does that though.
It was sick. He'd be waiting. He'd take all his sweater and everything
I
off.
like that.
Hand it to Kessler, hit his shot, then put it all back on.
Well, Freddie asked me today,
He needed to get one of those like sideline coats, like the quarterbacks wear.
the starter jackets or the big,
Yeah.
So Freddie asked me. We saw P in the second round and the third round. Freddie asked me. He's like, "Hey, everybody else changed their clothes. Why didn't that guy?" And it was P. I was like, "Because he can't afford them.
Yeah,
He's paying for
exactly.
them himself."
Doesn't grow on trees.
And then all right, so -5. We have Tommy Ladd, even through 9, not good. Just birdied 8, and then parred 9, and then we got Van Rooyen, Doc Redmond, Patton Kazire,
Can we talk about
Joel
Patton being
Damon,
Patton's
Kevin
5
Kisner,
under
and
with the
Shane
shank
Lowry.
on 17?
Yeah.
Turns around and pars 18, and then birdies 1 and eagles 2 after that shank.
Patton shot 68, 76, and he's 5 under on this round
Sheesh.
with a double.
I knew Joel was going to play well. Should have picked Joel
I
Damon.
knew that.
I wish
I-
there was
honestly-
like an opportunity at the beginning of the week to like make your picks like for who you like for the week and say like I think he's gonna play well and like that. You
No,
would
I
have.
know. No, I feel you. I wish
Yeah.
that too.
Guys,
I-
can we talk horses for courses real quick?
Well,
Doug
I
Kim.
think hold on real quick on the leaderboard. I think you got to look at the guys that have already played the back 9 on their 3rd round. The guys that are on the front side of the golf course.
I think
Munoz.
I think the back's actually easier.
Molinari and
17 and
Lowry.
18 are the 2 hardest holes on the golf course right now.
They were the last 2 days. I don't think they are.
They probably won't be
tomorrow.
going forward.
And,
It is.
and then you've got
That's big if they
11,
are.
12, 14 and 15 are tough.
Half shot harder right now. The back 9 is than the front. Scoring average of 71 right now for round 3.
I bet that flips tomorrow. Flip it. Flip it.
Just receiving word. Thank you to Chicken Bridge on the comments. Bubba Watson 5 over through 12. Didn't see that coming after yesterday's bogey free 68.
Yeah, everyone like, oh, nobody talked about Bubba's round. It's like, yeah, I probably should have actually. Now that I think about it, but
We
sorry,
said,
Bubba,
we
didn't
said
last.
it was perhaps the best round of the year, but it wasn't the best round of the day.
Exactly.
now he's quite literally the worst round of the day. He is the only one that's gotten to 5 over.
Who do you think's going to win?
Honestly, my honest thought, Tom
Hoagie?
Hoagie.
I know. I'm
Mm.
a little worried about that myself.
I'm a Tom Hoagie appreciator. He
There's been a lot of chatter. I'm becoming wildly concerned he might be a very proper player.
yes, this year like he's over a stroke gained player now, which is a little bit different air, a very different air.
He's a flusher.
He
Yeah.
hits the irons extremely well. He might hit him better than Morikawa.
All right, out of the top
North
6
Dakota
guys,
absolutely riding for him too. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, did you know how windy it is there? My guy's gonna stick around all week.
out of the top 6 guys, who will guaranteed who will not win? So Honorbahn, Hoagie, Varner, Munoz, Casey, and Burns. Guaranteed who will not win.
The
And
guy-
if this guy wins, you we'll have you do something outrageous.
The guy I want to win the most is Honorbahn.
Yeah,
He's
The
not
guy
gonna
I'm
win.
picking for this category also Honorbahn.
I'm saying Sebastian Munoz is the least likely to win. Randy
I didn't say least
Uh,
favorite, I said won't.
won't win. That's my
Like
pick.
is incapable.
Will
of
not
winning.
win.
Yeah, I'd actually. I don't think any of those 6 guys are going to win. It's just
None
too
of 'em?
long. Too long to.
This
I'm going,
is-
I'm
you're-
going Paul Casey.
Randy will straight stunt on you for any picks not to win. He'll like, hey, give me one guy that won't. He will take 25 of the best players. That is Randy's.
No,
thing.
I just love the guys that's I would take Molinari, Berger, Cam Smith, Lowry. Like I just don't think those top 7 under and better guys are gonna hold. It's just too much golf tomorrow.
I'm so excited to see Paul Casey. Just he comes in and he'll go out tomorrow and he'll bogey 4, 6, 7, and and then birdie a couple coming in to have a tidy top 15.
What are they doing to the court? What are they doing to the greens? Are
I can't imagine much, right?
I don't know
Give him a cut in the morning, and
what can be done.
I don't know.
I didn't realize. I had a suspicion, but confirmed on the broadcast. There's no sub air out there, which is shocking for a place of exorbitant riches.
They have precision air, which I believe is more designed for the Bermuda more than it is the overseed.
Because when they redid it last time,
it was made
it was
players.
based upon Bermuda, not based upon a
Correct.
rye.
So whatever they have does very little for it. But I think the greens are playing totally fine, all things considered.
Yes, I agree. I mean, it turned into it's the ultimate example of a golf course. Of course, you know, it's fun when it plays firm. It's fun when it plays fast. It's fun when there's a lot of carnage. It's also fun when there's a bunch of birdies coming down the stretch on 15, 16, 17, 18, and guys have a chance. And it was getting actually like kind of fun when it was getting a little dartboardy out there towards the end of the day today. But
Yes, it
it
was.
was fun. It was fun to see guys also like hit
Who's
it
going to make a
close
move? Yeah.
after, you know, literally 4 days of of just shit weather. It was fun to also like see guys hitting it close on 8 and, you know, tough holes like that.
I didn't see any of the front 9 holes this afternoon, but the back 9, like there were some really, really fun pins out there too. The one on, there was a back right pin on 14, like right on this little knob. There was the pin on 12 was really cool. The pin on 10 was great. They're getting cheeky with it because
it's not a turkey shoot. It's
Yeah.
not easy. That even with there's so much challenge tee to green that even like some accessible pins, you know, darty pins or with soft greens, it does not mean it's just easy. It's not meaning that every player in the field is going to hit it right there. 6 was about as dartboardy as it got today in round 3, which is a good element. I don't think that this tournament should be we need to keep it, you know, par needs to be very relevant here or something. I don't think they care about that. I think they usually do a great job of that. It doesn't need to be tricked up. They don't care about what the winning score actually is. And I think they know that birdies are exciting. And I think tomorrow is going to be an exciting finish.
I hope so. Lord willing. Tron, I think Solly, I think if this was 15 years ago and we were in college, we would be saying bad things about this leaderboard.
yeah.
I think
they're on the monkey bar.
Randy, I think we're like closer to 40 and we're still saying bad things about this leaderboard.
It could truly go either way.
Randy,
I've taken a couple looks and been like, this is awful.
This is the kind of leaderboard that Cody and we're sending them in to take care of this.
Low key though, not for nothing. You want to talk about horses for courses? Sawgrass is a bit of a terrorist training facility.
Yes, God, I love
There's
that.
a lot of guys. Go look at some of those past leaderboards. There's a lot of. They don't usually win. They almost like don't ever win. But go look. You know, 2nd to 14th. There's a lot of like, oh God, that guy had a chance,
dude. That's why I brought up Doug Gim. Like, he was in the final round or final group or second to last group last year.
I think so. I want to say final group.
And then lit
Shot
himself
like
on
82,
fire.
yeah.
But he's right back to like T7. He shot 70, and he's -2. He's -6 for the week. Just slow and steady.
It's where I think the cream will rise tomorrow. I think, but there's going to be a lot of stuff to get through.
I'll say I've apologized already for my Bond take, which I believe we can say was wrong to this point, and that is what I'm rooting for. There will be just so there's no confusion. Like I am Team Bond for tomorrow.
Yeah. Not till July, my friend.
No, we're starting in March. We're traveling now. America's back. We are traveling. Do you want to tell them not till July, my friend, that just in case for anyone that doesn't know?
Super stupid.
Oh, it's amazing though.
We
first day I met Randy.
We used to call him Airbnb. So we were in Chicago.
No, we were at the Heritage.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. We were
at the Heritage.
Okay. I was thinking
the bar.
Blacked out on a Michelob Ultra Cactus
and
Lime.
we were like heckling.
Was that the time was that when I yelled at Ricky?
I don't think
so.
Ricky ever played the Heritage.
Well,
it was always
Ricky Barnes.
Ricky
Oh,
Barnes.
Ricky-
No, that was 2014.
Okay.
Sorry.
But then we were yelling at Rory Sabatini. It was Sabo, Chantel. But anyway, so
very flip comment from you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Airbnb. We called him Airbnb. I was like, oh, it's Airbnb. And he's like, not till July, my friend.
And then walked by, and that was it. That was the whole story. And then we saw him.
We
like
didn't
3
stop
years
thinking
later.
about it for 3 years, and then we saw him. We saw him in Chicago at the BMW Championship in the hotel lobby, and
he like vividly
walked
remembered
up
what
to
we were
him.
talking
I'm
about.
like, hey, Honor Bond. Like,
This has been sitting on our minds for 3 years.
we gotta tie the loop here.
You said not till July. He's like, oh, well, I was like staring at an Airbnb at the Open. So like, I don't know. I thought you guys were like involved with that Airbnb summer.
Guys, this is a highly, highly enlightened cat.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm rooting for tomorrow.
This is a privileged conversation too.
Bond is the best. I love that guy. I'm rooting very strongly for that. And we're due for a really good feel-good story in golf. And I feel like that would be it.
Somebody did write an article about him going to some sort of
I need to do some
nature or spiritual retreat. It was like 2, 3, 4 years ago. Because I remember he had moved down to Jupiter or Hope Sound or Palm Beach area. Because he was like he had been in the top 75 in the world for a
Yeah,
while, and
he
he's
was
like,
beating up the WGCs.
hey, you know what? Like
and-
I'm gonna make a go of it, trying to, cash in while I have great status on the PGA Tour. And seems like his game kind of ran out of juice a little bit there, but he just keeps pounding away, man. I
He
respect him.
has one of the most one-dimensional, as of 4.5 years ago, one of the most one-dimensional games I've ever seen. He hits a junior golfer sweeping draw on every shot. I followed him I think it was Malaysia or Korea for a while in 2017, and I was just like, oh my, this is a hook. Like, this is not a shot shape that looks like a tour player's.
Matt Every tried warning you guys.
Yeah.
It's a hook golf course.
And so I don't know if he has maybe straightened that out a little bit, or how severe it is. I might get out there early tomorrow and try to watch and see what his game looks
God,
like.
when Bond gets into the Masters, watch out.
Exactly.
Airbnb at the April in Augusta at the April Masters. So,
shall we?
Any Cody? Any grinding questions? Anything we missed in there in the comments?
No, nothing popping off. Everything is we're holding it down. We got the bots taken care of.
You squashed the rebellion.
Yeah, as fast as I could. They got 2 good comments in there. Everybody noticed it, and I quickly put them in timeout. So I appreciate the comment section for keeping it down.
Winners. Hoagie for Solly.
I'll say Cam.
I'm sticking with Cam.
Randy?
I thought this guy shot himself out of it. I'm going to take Daniel Berger.
That name's looming large there at 6 under. 3 back.
I swear he lit himself on fire, but I guess not. He has risen.
If Berger wins the
He's a
Players,
Phoenix.
they should let him bring his boat.
That could be our strongest ally.
Bring the Armada.
Straight
In on
vibing.
17 and 18.
Whipping around
and
the
he's got the whole
flower
straight
island.
vibing thing going on.
Everybody just waving. That's a great idea.
There we go. Or he gets to keep his boat in the moat.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way, there will be a boat party. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Excited for you guys going out tomorrow, first thing in the morning?
I'm going out at 8 a.m.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll go out, see some golf, and then head back and watch it on telly. Do they finish tomorrow?
Yes.
I think they do.
Oh, I think we're great.
Yeah.
The only thing that's gonna be tough is their thing that they added, whatever that was, 6-7 years ago. The playoff is 3 holes. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, it's a cumulative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which somebody said the other day, how have they not put lights out there yet?
That's what Randy said, I think. That's a great
Yeah.
call.
Just,
Also, weather looks bad Tuesday. If it goes to a playoff and they can't play Tuesday.
But
We
I'm
might
sure
need some.
we might a little window to play,
We might need some chaos agents just gumming up the works, playing slow tomorrow.
I think there's a lot of guys that should do the right thing and recuse themselves tomorrow.
They should send everybody
Goldman?
bottom of the board. They should send them to Jack's Beach for the final round.
That's interesting. Or coastal indoor golf.
I would take that.
You play on the simulator.
How did Bubba's almost in dead last? I thought he was going to win.
Things come at you quickly there.
Things change. So
Pete, T18. Just making money.
TC, did you talk to Lady J at all? Sorry, I know you're trying to get us out.
She was coming right at me, and then she made a quick diversion. She had 4 people. She had a whole unit around her. I wasn't gonna get close to Lady J.
So
she was blended in with some sort of fur coat as well. You could have thought it was a big cat.
Cheetah print, jaguar print. I couldn't place it.
So P is T18. Any guesses? So 71 guys made the cut. Any guesses as to where P ranks out of the 71 guys that made the cut in strokes gained off the tee?
The dead last.
Dead fucking last. 71st. Minus 4.2 off the tee.
I hate that for the troops, man.
He's got issues. He's 3rd in putting this week. He's gained almost 8 shots on the
I
green.
think his issue is
Got issues.
PXG drive.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the payload.
It's gonna be incredible to watch.
He's
So,
using Soviet,
Exactly.
shit that they were using in Afghanistan as far as his artillery off the tee.
I wanted Cody to pop on the screen very immediately when that.
Yeah, we're getting a little out of control here. There is something going along with P's driver. According to Lady J, though, I mean, the stacks are against
right.
them.
Shot
It's not
rank.
on them.
They're juking the stats. They're only doing it on 2 holes, right?
Exactly.
I forgot about that. So, all right, everyone, we'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and you guys have a lovely Sunday evening. Cheers.
Tron, tell Piercy I'm sorry tonight at dinner.
Oh, how about that one? That was lit himself on fire. Sweet.
Hate that.
I hope that makes the final edit.